Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. I believe that we are back. And I believe there is no echo. Oh my gosh, it has been the Mondayest Tuesday ever. The Mondayest Tuesday ever. I'm just like, what is happening right now? It's all good. I know it's late night. I just wanted to show you all that we're here. We're pushing through regardless. Nothing is going to stop us. This is a prime example. This is a prime example of life. This is a prime example. I cannot not show up. I was determined to show up. And I'm on fire right now because every single time, where did I go? Every single time I try to do, wait a minute, no, cancel. Every single time I try to do this, y'all remember last week, 2 weeks ago, I tried to do the LinkedIn thing? What is going on? What is going on? Every single time. But you know what? I'm back. I'm back and we're moving forward. We're forging ahead. Nothing's going to stop. Nothing is going to stop us. Listen, if you want your LinkedIn profile reviewed, I need you to drop it. Drop it right now in the comments. I'm going to pick it up and we're going to review. We're moving forward. We're moving forward. Nothing is stopping. Ain't nothing stopping us. Ain't nothing stopping. Nothing. We doing and getting everything we were designed and called to get. I'm on fire now. I am on fire now. That's with the wrong one. The wrong one. No, sir. No, ma'am. It's not happening. If you want your LinkedIn profile review, drop it in the comments now. If not, if you got questions about LinkedIn, let me know and we can definitely talk about those, y'all, okay? But listen, life will throw everything at you, as you can see. Life will throw everything at you. It's how you respond. It's how you respond. I'm not going to keep us on here long, right? If you have LinkedIn profile, I wanted to show up for you all because I know there was the time before, and I'm like, no, it's not happening this time. If you want me to review your LinkedIn profile, just drop your link. You can go to your LinkedIn profile on LinkedIn and copy your link in the search bar and just drop it over here in the comments, and I'll pick it up and I'll review your profile. If you are on YouTube, if anyone got the message that we're on and you want me to review, drop it underneath the video in the comments. But if you put it in the comments on this section, I won't see it. But if you drop it underneath the video, I'll pick it up there. If you have any other questions, happy to answer those. How y'all doing, by the way? Did I say that? I'm on fire now. I'm on fire right now. Oh my gosh. You see what happened? Do y'all see? Let me know. Do y'all see when stuff trying to stop you? You forge ahead. Doggone it. You forge ahead. Got me all fired up late night on a Tuesday. I was not, y'all. I was not going to leave this place until I got online. I didn't care. I did not care. It wasn't happening. It was not happening. Okay, I do got some folks over on YouTube. I don't know if y'all can see me over on YouTube. I can see y'all. If you drop, you have to go into the video though. If you put your link, your LinkedIn profile link, then I'll grab it. I will share. I did get on Instagram for about 5 minutes, and I shared with them. There was a question around hashtags on LinkedIn, and as far as hashtags and kind of should you use them was the question. What you want to think about is when you put a hashtag like on your profile or on a post, because some people put it in their headings underneath their picture, and then they put your titles, and then they put the hashtag. You want to ensure that those hashtags are for the role that you want to pursue. There's a lot of us, some of us, I should say, that just because of how we were taught and how we think about the hiring process and how we think about resumes, and y'all know, anyway, I'll talk about the future later, but your resume is a picture of what you've done, right? Your resume talks a lot about your past, right? Or what you're working on currently. When you're in front of hiring managers, decision makers, recruiters, you want to think strategically and talk about the future. Your focus should be you should be focused on the future. So when I was asked the question about the hashtag on your LinkedIn profile, that hashtag should represent the role that you want to pursue for your future, right? Not everything that you've done, because if it isn't relevant to the role that you want, then it don't matter. It doesn't matter, right? So always be future focused when you're job searching, when you're doing your LinkedIn profile, even with your resume, because we're accustomed to putting everything we've done, and it gets longer and longer, all these things that we've done, but none of that matters if it's not relevant to that role, right? If you're going into a new position, you want to make sure that you're on top of what's happening in that role, in that industry, in that type of work right now. So that's a long answer to the hashtag question, but just something to consider when you're aligning yourself with hashtags or joining different groups and organizations and things like that. You want to make sure that it's a future-focused organization, a professional organization, or a hashtag that you're following. The other thing with the hashtags is you can follow them. So even if you don't put them on your profile, you can just search hashtags and then begin to follow some of those hashtags. So for instance, if you wanted to work in diversity and inclusion and you search hashtag on LinkedIn, DEI, you'll see there's people following that hashtag, and that's just information about it. Now, for whatever it's worth, just make sure it's worth your time, because some of it can get like just random stuff that you don't really care about, So be strategic at all times. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it and you think it's the thing to do. Do it because it's going to help you and benefit you to get you to where you want to go. Y'all know what I'm saying? And that's with anything. That's with anything. If somebody's telling you, put this on your resume, make sure it's benefiting you. Don't do it because somebody's telling you to do it. Make sure it's something that is going to benefit you. Is this going to get recruiters to call me? Is this going to get recruiters to look at my resume? Ask questions and be strategic about what you're doing, right? And so that was one of the questions I had about LinkedIn. The other thing I shared, and this was earlier when I'm talking about on Instagram Live when I was having the technical difficulties, there was a question around the hashtags. The other thing I shared was, and I've talked about this before, how LinkedIn is weights certain sections of your profile. And I talked about the top quarter section of the LinkedIn profile and why that's important to really put a lot of your action words and a lot of what you want to pursue up there. The first reason that I shared was because when a recruiter's on the back end and looking for a person for a certain role, when we get that list of all of those candidates, the only thing we see is kind of like the email. When you see a preview of your email, we see a small preview of a person's profile. Now imagine when we do a search, there's 98 million people on LinkedIn. We're gonna get a whole list of people. So we're really just going through and looking at those mini quarter profiles. So if you're mindful of that, you know that you want to put as much as you can at that first quarter top of your profile, right at the top. So that means where the cover is, where your picture is. Right under your picture is where you have the your headline, right? All those words. And I shared with them, for instance, if you wanted to work, I forgot what I shared over there, but if you wanted to work as a financial analyst, So that first word, right, that first phrase would be financial analyst. And let's say that you were really good with profit and loss, so you would put P&L statements. Your next word would be maybe finance degree, and then maybe the next one would be 20 years. And then think about, what it is that you want to pursue. You like doing P&L statements. You want to work in accounting maybe, and not in a bank or something like that. So these are the words you want to load up. So when the recruiter is looking and they see just that snapshot, it's like clickbait. You want them to click because they're like, okay, well, this person, they're meeting some, the qualifications that I want. So they're going to click on that. The other reason why it's important to have that, quarter, the top half there kind of filled out is because that section right there is weighted heavily as it relates to LinkedIn's algorithm. So that section, when I say weighted, I mean weighted like this. It's weighted. So when LinkedIn is going through and looking, and the recruiter is looking for a financial analyst with P&L background, got a finance degree, and wants to work in accounting, and that person comes up, is going around and is searching and is looking at Ingrid's profile. Oh, Ingrid, she's a financial analyst. She likes accounting. She's got P&L statements. She's looking for all the words that I just typed in, and it's going to give me all those people. So that's the first thing that the algorithm looks at, is that section. That's what I mean when I say weighted. The other section, a lot of people don't know this, and they focus on their profile summary, which is important. But if you really think, you get really strategic, you think about it, what is a recruiter typing in? They're typing in skills, right? They're typing in all these skills that they want the person to have. So what other section would be weighted as it relates to what the recruiter is typing in? The skills section, right? There's a section, it's not at the top though. It's actually way down here. But what people don't recognize, this is what it's built off of, the skills. So you want to think about that section and make sure it's clear that you're at least the top 3 to 5 skills that you have on there is checked. It shows. It should be your very first skill should be the one that you want to be known for. So if you're, again, a financial analyst, you want to be known for profit and loss statements because you love doing profit and loss statements, but you want to do it for an accounting firm. You don't want to necessarily do it in a bank. You want to put profit and loss statements as your first skill set. Maybe your second one would be accounting. Maybe your third one would be just finance, because maybe you want to work, I don't know, somewhere else. So that skill section, right? People don't think about the skill section. Go ahead and make sure at least the first 3 to 5 are the skills that you want to, that you like working on, that you want to be found for, that you want to be known for. And then there's even a section on there where you can take a skills assessment. And because that's not a new feature, but a feature of LinkedIn, they want you to use all of their tools on there. The more that you use, the more that you're recognized on the platform. So hopefully that is helpful. Let me see if there's anything else. Any questions, you all? Any questions? Any questions? I didn't talk about the professional summary, which is right underneath your headline. The professional summary, that's where you have 2,000 characters that you're able to place in that space. I think it says now summary on there. It used to say about you or about me or something like that, but I think it says summary right now. So you have the ability to put 2,000 characters there. So make sure you use all of that space. Don't leave any white space there because you have the real estate to use. So use all that land. And the other thing I shared was include your email address as well as your phone number. Because what happens, again, when a recruiter is looking, she has a ton, or he has a ton of people that they're looking at. And everybody's not on LinkedIn like recruiters are, right? Candidates are working for the most part. And so it may take them, especially if they're not on LinkedIn like that anyway, it may take them a couple days and just to see your message. So if you have your number and your email address right there for them, they can easily call you. The aggressive ones will. I would just call people. Hey Tion, I got this role over here at Amazon, da 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 da. Otherwise, I would have to send a message. Hi Tion, my name is Kelly Jackson. I'm a recruiter over here at Amazon. You have a great profile. Wanted to see if you are open to new opportunities. Then I gotta wait for Tion to respond back to me. That may be 2 or 3 days, right? And so I'm doing this all day. Hey Ingrid, this is Kelly Jackson at Amazon, and you have a great profile and background. I'm wondering if you're open to new opportunities. I gotta wait. That's why I send out so many. But if you have your contact information right there, big and bold, I'm just gonna call you. Hey Tion, this is Kelly from Amazon Warehouse. I see that you are currently working at Google, da 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 da. It's right there. So the easier you can make it, you're actually making it easier for yourself as well to get that call quicker. So that's your headline. That's your summary. Talked about the skills section. The other sections are important because you want to fill in as many sections as possible. The more complete your profile is, the higher you're ranked on LinkedIn. So think about that if you're completing your LinkedIn profile. Of course, if you need assistance with that, you're like, Kelly, I'm over it. That's something that I need help with. I'm happy to help you with that. That's something that we will do for you. Of course, I can't log into your LinkedIn, but that is something that we'll do for you. And you can just copy and paste the information on yourself once you get it done. Typically takes me about 7 days to get that done for you. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely just watch. You can drop in the comments and say, do it for me. Just say, do it for me. And I know if I see other comments, I know what that means. Do it for me. Put it in the summary section. Let me show you, Robin. Let me show you. Let me see. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with this thing because this has been funny all day. So I'm just gonna tell you. So right after your picture, then there's a section where you have your headline. Then the next section, it says summary. So put it after you talk about how you can add value to a company. Then you can put your email address. And if you don't want the world knowing your email, or you think some randoms are going to be contacting you, just create a dummy account on Gmail and let all of your work positions you are applied for and all that go there. But put that there. And also you can put a number, get a Google Voice or something if you don't want to put your number out there for everybody. But just put it in that summary section. There is also a spot that says, I wish I could show it to you, but I don't want to touch this thing. It'll be a little pencil. I think it's underneath your headline. It'll say contact info. You can put it there, but when I'm working with clients, we put it right there in that summary section, right at the bottom. Right there at the bottom. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, and like I was saying, so if that's something that you want us to do for you, because it is a lot of sections, and you want to make sure that it's going to attract decision makers, and not just decision makers, but the right decision makers. You know how you get calls from recruiters and it's like random, and you're like, I'm not interested in that. If you want assistance with that, just say, do it for me in the comments, and I'll reach out to you probably tomorrow and take a look at what you got going on. So just do it for me, and we'll definitely get that done for you. But in terms of ensuring that you get the right decision makers looking at you, you want to make sure that your profile speaks to the problems that you can solve. You want to make sure that when a hiring manager or a recruiter looks at your profile, they're looking at someone that can solve their problem. The only reason why a job position is open is because there's a problem. That's the only reason why a posting is open in the first place. So you should be the person that speaks to their problem. Don't go on there talking all about you. It's not about you. It's about them. Talk about how you can add value to their company, how you can provide solutions to their company. When you're writing your summary, right, think about what's in it for them. That's what they're asking themselves when they're looking at it. What's in it for me? Oh, that's good. You did that, and 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 you did that. But what's in it for me? Right? So think about that when you're creating your summary, because that's the biggest part of your LinkedIn profile, and also that's what's going to get you the call or the message from the recruiter to want to learn more about you and kind of what's motivating you to either look or respond to them. Any other questions about your LinkedIn profile? The other sections, they're important as well. Again, your overall LinkedIn profile, you want to complete it as much as possible. LinkedIn, again, thinks you have a higher likelihood of ranking high on the recruiter list if your LinkedIn profile is completely completed. So every section is completed, it's optimized. That means you can easily be found with the action words and the verbs and all of that. And again, if that's something that you want to be done for you, you don't want to think about it. You want to ensure that it's going to attract the right decision makers. Just do it for me. Do it for me. 4 words, do it for me in the comments, and I'll reach out to you to see if it makes sense for us to partner together on that. Because again, you don't want just random people contacting you. And I do know that, you kind of got like your ambulance chasers on LinkedIn too. So you want to be mindful of just random people, reaching out and having your information. That's why I said, especially Robin, if you're going to do it, have a dummy email, right? Just a random email for all of like any jobs or anything. And the only thing that goes in that inbox is just random stuff. And you can get a number off of Skype. I think it's free or something like that, or Google Voice or something like that. Or if you don't mind, just put it on there. For the most part, it's pretty professional. But if it's something that you don't want to put out there, definitely get a dummy number or dummy email address. The other thing, I think Tivia was talking last week. No, I think it was a client actually who said that they had a career break. That's one thing that they added to LinkedIn. I think it was this year. They have a section on there. So when you're putting your experience down, let's say you haven't returned to work since COVID and you're not sure what to put, they now have a little click thing where you can put career break. And of course, what you want to do, you want to speak to it like it's a position. You can just put, sabbatical, or if you were laid off, you can just put organizational restructuring at former company or something to that effect. And then you can speak to it once you get the interview or on the phone with the recruiter. You have to put all your business out there and say you were ill or taking care of elderly parents or something like that. You don't necessarily have to put all your business out there, but I would just check that. Like I said, write it like it's a position and just put a few words, stayed at home after COVID or something like that. Put the dates, just check career break and move on to your other roles. And then you can talk to it when you're contacted. Any questions about that, y'all? Y'all all right? Y'all late. Y'all up late with me. I appreciate y'all. What else? And it doesn't have to be about LinkedIn. If you got any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer those. Since we hanging out late night live. Y'all, nothing was stopping me. Nothing was going to stop me from getting on. Like nothing. Like nothing was going to stop me. I'm like, this is not happening. This is not happening right now. This is not happening right now. I'm like, I'm staying here. So What else? What else can I tell you about LinkedIn? So I told you about how recruiters search. And there's a ton of videos. If you're new, welcome. That's it. Yes, Robin, I did rebuke you. You should have heard me fussing. I had to make sure the mics was off and everything. Like, okay. I'm like, no, sir, no, ma'am. Not today, because it's been a day. been a day, y'all. And I was so looking forward. Y'all, you may think that, you may not believe me, but I really look forward to talking with y'all. Like, it was a day, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be with my people tonight. It's all good. And then I'm like, oh no, this is not happening. So yeah, I was determined. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. It's all good. Your girl. You know what happened though? Can I share something with y'all? Can I share this with y'all? Don't do like I did. I did not do my morning routine. It's actually called a morning success routine. Sasha! That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Congrats. Y'all let's show some love. Y'all know how we do. That's congrats, hon. What question should you expect? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is it recruiting? Is it a recruiting role? If you're in your third interview, at this point, they just want to see if you're a fit. If you're on the third one, do you know? Yeah, tell me what's the role and what's the title? You don't have to say the name if you don't want to of the person that you're meeting with on the third interview. What's the title? Because if you're at the third, at this point, they just want to make sure that you're a culture fit. Oh, okay, cool. Grant coordinator. Is it yeah? Who's what's the title of the person? For non, I was gonna say that. I was about to say it was a nonprofit. What's the title? Is it an HR person or? Tell me if it's HR. I was saying, y'all. So what? Don't do what I did. So typically, I do what's called a morning success routine. You get up, right, and you have that time for yourself, and you do your thing, whatever that is for you. If you read, if you pray, if you meditate, work out. I didn't do any of that this morning. What I did was I got up. I typically don't even check my phone. And I'm an early riser. I get up early. I didn't do any of that. Something happened this morning and I jumped right into it and I let the day just kind of take me. You know what I'm saying? And so it really set the tone for the day. And it's just like when you get up and do have that time for yourself before you start your day, that sets the tone for the day. But I didn't do that. So don't try to be like me because it really did set the tone for the day. And all day it's been something. All day it's been something. And I believe in energy and all of that. So just a little from your big sister. Associate Director of Grants and VP of Innovation, I think. So you have a panel. Well, they obviously like you, my dear. Who wouldn't? You're amazing. You are amazing. They obviously like you. Sometimes a third interview can be kind of a be sure. They just want to be sure type thing. So just be prepared for, talk a little bit about your experience. They want to just make sure that you are definitely the right fit. It sounds like you are, and they just want to make sure. Because typically VPs don't have a lot of time either. So I would just prepare for just thinking about your questions that you had with the other two interviews. Remember some of those stories and some of the things that you shared with them. And you want to think about how you are the best fit for the role. And wow them with any experience that you've had in the past as it relates to grants. And since the person is VP of Innovation, maybe if you look at their website, go and see, what they're working on, or go to their LinkedIn, see what they've posted, anything new or any initiatives that they have coming up. If you can speak to those, if it's something that you've done, share that, as you're having a conversation with them. So for instance, let's say they were in a seed round funding, and they're in a round, and you could share, at my previous company that I worked with, as we were going through our Series C, we we continue to, move the needle in a specific area. So that's sharing with them, oh, she's been through this before. She's familiar with, the environment as we're going through funding, or if maybe they're going for federal contracts since it's a grants coordinator. You can talk about how you prioritize working on various grants or the different types of grants that you worked on. So you really want to look at their website. You want to get into their jargon. Oftentimes, a company has their own language, right? Just like when you go to Italy, they speak Italian. When you go to Mexico, they speak Spanish. So every company has their own language. Look at how they speak. Like Amazon, they have 13 leadership principles. They speak a certain way. So that's when now you're going to close the deal. So look at the website, look at the CEO, see if any interviews the CEO for the nonprofit had on YouTube or something. See what he's talking about. He may say words like, we're on the cutting edge. We're an innovative organization, and we looking for growth opportunities, and we are all about the community, or we like so and so. So you use those same words, right? I'm passionate about the community. I'm passionate about professional development. So use those same words. Let me know if that's helpful. But at this point, they like you. They're just trying to just really make sure you're at the third interview. And VP of Innovation, Director of Grants. Yeah, you got this. You'll be coming on next week saying, guess what, y'all? I got the job. I got the job. Any other questions, y'all? Y'all good? We good? See, we came on, we hung out. We ain't letting nothing stop us. Nothing at all. Any other questions? And if you still want me to review, it is, thank you. Her title is Associate VP of Program Innovation. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So program innovations, right? Talk about any programs that you collaborated on, or any programs that you worked on or you implemented. Speak her language or his language. I think you said her. Yeah, speak her language. And you can intertwine that into their questions. If they say, tell us a little bit about your interest in our organization, and then just align your values with theirs. Like I said, if they're really focused on the community and serving the community, or really being innovative, it looks like, and they created the title Program of Innovation. Talk about some innovative things that you've done in the past. I implemented whatever that is, and talk about those things and how important it is, and then share with them how their values and their mission align with yours, and tell them in what way, right? You all have a mission towards serving, and this is important to me, and it aligns with my current values. And so I'm looking forward to contributing at a high level at this organization. Yeah, but you got this, girlfriend. You got this. All right, y'all. We did it. We made it through. We pushed through. I appreciate each and every single last one of you. I appreciate you all for hanging with your girl. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're just gonna ease on out of here. We'll be back next week, same bat channel, same time, and everything's gonna be right. All right, y'all have a good rest of your week. Appreciate y'all.